So, welcome to Kaptain Kudu Klub. Everybody? All right, now listen, our opening song, everybody's going to sing now. Do you know it? Row, row, row your boat. Okay. How about we all join together? 1, 2, 3. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. That was a good warm-up. Good first try. Let's do it again, even louder. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay, now Kaptain Kudu is always about teaching you kids about what's real. First of all, life is not a dream. It's real. And sometimes it's hard. And sometimes it's real hard. Everything else is communist propaganda. Now, before we start our actual show, the network wants me to address what happened on the show last week. Okay? So kids, you could take a little break here, go and get your mother and father, bring them in front of the iPad or whatever it is you're watching this on. Okay? All right, this is what happened, folks. Moms and dads, well, you know I always want the best for your kids, right? Okay, so last week I come into the studio and they tell me the main part of the show is we're going to read the children's classic by Beatrix Potter called The Tale of Benjamin Bunny. Okay? So the thing is, Benjamin Bunny was written in 1904. None of us here remember 1904, but let me tell you something. Nothing happened back then. Nothing happened, and nothing was expected to happen. For excitement, okay, you lived on a farm or wherever it was, you watched the crops grow, you watched the rain fall, you watched the leaves fall off the tree, you watched the snow fall. If you lived on a volcanic island, you watched the lava flow down the side of the mountain. That was what you did. Nothing happened then, and nothing happens in Benjamin Bunny. I'm trying to make it exciting for the children. I'm doing everything I can, doing inflections of my voice. I'm trying to do everything, but the kids are getting distracted. They're falling asleep. And I'm like, this is an opportunity to teach the kids how to Chernobyl it. You know what I mean by that? Chernobyl. The nuclear plant exploded and everybody left. Boom, got out. You didn't stop for clean underwear, you got out. And so I'm thinking, this is bombing here. Let me just get it over with. So what I decide to do is I have Farmer Brown shoot Benjamin Bunny and make a wonderful rabbit stew to feed his family and actually the entire village. And then I had Farmer Brown cut off the rabbit's feet to make good luck charms for his daughters. Now, some Karen and her woke friends got all bent out of shape over this, and maybe I went over the top, but my intention was good. I want to teach the kids about real life, okay? So that's what happened last week. I hope you know that I had the best interests of your children at heart, okay? Now can we move on with the show now? Kids, come on back. All right. Now, the word of the week is emotional blackmail. All right, let me explain to you why that's important to have and to know. You kids are very special to your parents. Okay, they love you. You're like their avatar. They get to live through you all the things they didn't get to do, all the dreams they had that weren't fulfilled. And maybe what they want for you is what you also are here to do, and maybe not. And when you have to stand your ground, emotional blackmail is one of the tools you should have in your toolkit for dealing with those kind of parents, okay? You're welcome. All right, now, let me see if we're ready for the highlight of this show today. This show today is we're going to take actual questions from people that have called in, have written in, kids that want to ask me stuff, and I think that's basically it. Yeah, okay? So here we go. Joey, 10 years old from New Row. Who's here from New Row? In the audience. Joey from New Row says, my parents complain that I'm not respectful enough to my sick grandma. Listen, Joey, to say, I'm going to rip the lungs right out of your chest is not the kind of thing you say to your grandma. Not unless she's been coughing on you all day. Why are you called Kaptain Kudu? Well, that's a good question. Because back in the day, there was a Kaptain Kangaroo. So I like the sound of that, the KK thing. So I go and search out other K animals. Basically, there's koala bears, which are warm, fuzzy, cute things, and I am none of those things. So the only other animal with a K is the kudu. And at first I did it because it was with a K, but look at the way the kudu is designed. I got it right here. Oh, no. Okay. Now, Kaptain Kudu, why is it important? Because look at how he's designed. He's got the antenna up, so the antenna, 2 antennas on either side, and the head is in the middle. And right now, we got the propaganda coming at us left and right, both sides of everything, and we have our heads in the middle to figure it out, what's really real and what's really true. Pretty cool, right? You're welcome. All right, that's why I got Kaptain Kudu, all right? All right, we got Mikey from Mineola. We got anybody from Mineola here? I know that's the location of the theater, but is anybody from Mineola? Well, Mikey from Mineola says, my parents don't think I should have a girlfriend yet. I'm 8 years old already, for God's sake. Please tell them I should be able to date whoever I want. Well, Mikey, for the most part, yes, but a crack whore is not the kind of person you bring home to meet the parents at any age. Not unless there's an awful lot of dysfunction that you're still angry about. Jimmy from Idaho writes, it must be nice to decide who gets to live and who has to die. But it's a power I refuse to concede to my pets or my stuffed animals for that matter. Not even my favorite ones. Well, you're right, Jimmy. And you know what else I like to say to you, Jimmy? Stay in Iowa. Don't ever leave there. What's the best advice you ever got from your parents? My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates for a diabetic. It's not really any good for you, and on the wrong day, it could be the end of you, okay? Isn't that nice? Mothers. Little Ashlita from Flagstaff says, my parents complain that I am too mean to my baby sister. The F and B word from hell is not the kind of thing you call a little baby. Not unless that baby's been screaming all night and kept you awake. That's general advice. My parents and my family are so annoying. Should I run away? You need your family. You can't sit down and polish off a whole pig by yourself. You could starve yourself for a while, you could try, but you still can't do it. And that's why we need our families to help us with the heavy lifting of things like that, okay? Your parents, they got to toughen you up. They got to do what they can. They can't coddle you. Please, life is hard, amen? All right. I'm not sure I have a good father. Here's how you can tell. The fathers are the ones that teach you the little things, like not to pick your teeth with a power tool, even on a low setting, okay? You don't try and trim your nose hairs with a power saw. They give you the real valuable information, the fathers. Okay? Now, kids, you know what we like to do. This is our little special guest. All right? I want you to say hello to who comes in every week with a very important fast food tip for you guys to make your life go better. Everybody say, hi, Dave. Hi.
We're trying Arby's. You gotta smother it with horsey sauce. Oh my God. Let's give it a try. Oh man. Can see why they're still in business. Horsey sauce is amazing, wow. And now the curly fries. This is the turkey bacon ranch recommended from my boy Tony. I have to say, this is honestly pretty good. I love the freshness of it. Surprisingly, the turkey's nice, it's good. The bread could have used a little toasting, so I have to give it a 4 out of 5. Do I even have to say I love the curly fries? Overall, I'd recommend this to anyone trying out Arby's for the first time. I know roast beef is what they're known for, but this is a lot better and a lot fresher.
Thank you, Dave. All right. Okay, we got time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions. My dad is always saying, by any means necessary. What does he mean? Hey, it's like this. Liquid plumber is not usually the kind of stuff you use as a topping for your pancakes or waffles. But on a constipated morning, you do what you have to. That's by any means necessary. Captain Kudu, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? Truth is, kids, the glass is cracked. Kimberly from New Rochelle writes, Captain Kudu, any advice for my 9th birthday party? First of all, kid, happy birthday to you. And this is America. It's not enough to have the latest fashionista tablecloths. You have to have the matching pastel colored toilet paper to match. Kimberly's waving. You're in the audience today. Let's give it for Kimberly. She's in the audience right here. Kimberly, don't forget that jelly beans are not just for rabbits anymore. Okay, my mother is a tyrant. Big word, kid. Whew, tyrant. I could relate. But anyway, someday you're going to be the one that gets to say to your kids, because I said so. It gets you pretty far, but in the end, you might have to do what other parents have done, which is to threaten to take them out of the will. That always works too. Brian asks, should I sell one of my kidneys to pay for my dream car? Sure, Brian. At first you think okay, I can afford to lose this, but then you eventually run out of parts and it gets messy. So you have to really, you end up expiring on some old loaf of bread on a shelf at the back of the store that nobody cares about. Don't do that. Okay, here's one from a parent. Captain Kudu, you're my parenting hero and my role model. Is there anything you can please kick in for my daughter's 2nd birthday party? Thanks, but I'm not contributing to your 401k or your GoFundMe just so you can buy your daughter an assault rifle, okay? She's 2 years old, for God's sake. You wait till they're 3. Last question today comes from little Jose from Brentwood, Long Island. Jose wants to know, if mountains are closer to the sun at the top, why isn't it hotter instead of colder? The short answer is, kids, you live on an island at sea level. Don't worry about it. Another short answer is ask Alexa. But then, honestly, I'm happy that you're impressed with me enough to think I might have the answer to that, might have that knowledge at my fingertips. And actually, I do. Okay? The reason it's colder at the mountains is because of the air pressure difference. It makes it colder. You impressed? Okay. Well, until we meet again, kids, okay? Captain Kudu saying, don't do anything stupid, okay? Nice and loud before I go. 1, 2, 3. Don't do anything stupid. Love you guys. See you next week.